We are the West Georgia Consultants. Our consults gets results. Do you have a good understanding of the restaurant business? Do you have great product that you stand by as the best of the best, but somehow with all these great elements, you are losing customers day by day? A better question is, have you checked your Google reviews to see what your customers are really saying? West Georgia Consultants background. At West Georgia Consultants, our need is to obtain better results for your business. Five college students came together one day to make a change in their community by revolutionizing local restaurants' connection to their consumers. In doing so, these students have recreated menus, retained management and staff with more updated training systems, and encouraged owners to take the necessary time to delegate and know their community. With this strategy, there has been a 30% of growth of not only revenue, but customer enjoyment of these local restaurants. West Georgia Consultants has been fortunate enough to have worked with local and national companies to revamp their restaurants to meet their customers' needs. With this background, a company can help make the change you need to see to not only have better understanding of your customers, but to even grow more as a business owner. West Georgia Consultants have worked with Brown Dog Eatery in Carrollton, Georgia to create a menu that stands above the rest and ensure a staffing plan to keep customers happy and full. Since then, Brown Dog Eatery has tripled its revenue and has been named the best restaurant in Carrollton. Throughout every client, it is the company's best intentions to see our client's business reach its full potential. In this new growth, not only did the restaurant build in revenue, they also were able to build on the reputation they had with the new happy customers. They were even able to expand the exposure to beyond the community they were serving. Your restaurant can be just as successful as this one or even more successful. Our consultant will not only help with your exposure, but will also teach you what is needed in order to build more based on the community's needs and adapting to them as needed. The Oink Joint Barbecue is a competition style barbecue turned restaurant. Owner Matt Crawford began his journey by opening the Noonan location with 5.5 years of barbecue experience. 5 years later, he acquired the Zebulon location in Georgia. They specialize in hickory smoked meats, homemade sides, specialty menu items, and barbecue-inspired fusion like the barbecue nachos and tacos. They offer both delivery and full-service buffet-style options, as well as pickup. Now, one of the competitors that the Oink Joint does have is called Dine by Design. Some similarities that both restaurants show is that they both offer delivery and full service buffet style options as well as pickup. They both provide catering. The owners have relative experience in the restaurant industry. And Dine by Design is the differences between the two is that the Dine by Design is more catering based than barbecue. They are not serving individual customer base like the Oink Joint is. The Oink Joint has a specific type of food they mass produce, while Dine by Design is an offering of various foods depending on the specific menus the organizer of the event chooses. The Dine by Design has many other services for the organizers in defining the setup of designs or the organized event they cater to. Another competitor of the Oink Joint is called the Square Deli. The Square Deli's similarities with the Oink Joint is that they're both local restaurants in a bustling area with a great connection to the communities. And another difference that they have is that the Square Deli is a deli shop in New York that serves mainly fresh deli sandwiches, pizzas, and many more. A couple of strengths that I found with the online customer reviews of the Oink Joint, one of them being that the reputation that they have in the town that they're in is very much well known. So much so that even the people who live in the local area who travel into other areas, they very much recommend the place to other people who are visiting Noonan, Georgia. One of the reviews that a customer has recognized the specific product that makes the restaurant a hit, the spin-off barbecue with classic nachos. Who doesn't love that? Another one is about a review of not only the great quality of the deal that one of the deals that's made for lunches. It's another one of how the great of a customer experience that the service provides to customers. An example of poor regulation of quality is one of the weaknesses that the Oink Joint has with many of its customer reviews, where it states that on its website that they serve top quality food, but most of the time customers go on online reviews and they explain of the low quality food that they are receiving. The limited quantity of food is also apparent on how much the food is cost. Most customers believe that when they spend a certain amount of money that they should be expecting a good portion of food. But sadly enough, most customers they don't receive that portion of food due to poor food regulation and they instead feel like that they get cheated out of their money. Another weakness is by this review, which explains that the need for regulation of training and supervision, and more importantly, understanding what having an orderly environment is. Another big thing is that the waiting staff and the staff that's the front staff of the restaurant is seen as very much immature and poorly managed, and that is something that many see as a weakness for the restaurant. Another thing is between the company, the restaurant Oink Joint, and the other competitive restaurant Dine by Design. The standpoint for customers in Dine by Design is it is based off as a catering business mainly. So when a catering business is a competitor to the Oink Joint, which does cater, but at the same time, this review is stating that their catering services were undermined compared to what they were overselling to the customer. It does leave a bad review and a bad expression to potential customers who want to go ahead and arrange those events and having the Oink Joint hosting them, and instead it diminishes their possibility of revenue. The Oink Joint opportunities in this four-star review, the customer mentioned that they should have gotten 2 pints of beer because we didn't want to wait in line. This indicates that there should have been a better system for time management, both from the cooks and from customer service as well. Another one states that there needs to be a system for the consolidation of the food. If the food is being conserved or underserved, overserved or underserved, it all will be noticed by the customer and the food cost associated with it. Another opportunity that Oink Joint the Oink Joint can obtain is this review showed someone who was not impressed by the food quality control being low par. A few of the threatening customer A few of the threatening customer reviews have been a threat of never receiving the product within the business, along with the threat that there is reasoning on why others should not receive that same product because of the lack of quality control. A beneficial change for this would be the owner input new quality control regulations so that top quality of food is presented to the customers every time the customer orders it. Another one was the review represents the needed understanding of efficient training of service to the front staff. The problem could be easily regulated by systems of authority and regulation of those systems continuously. Lastly, one for the Oink Joint threatening customer service review. The review is a representation of a need for better time management. There have been many complaints about a long wait time, and there's another good point to bring up necessary time management skills that need to be trained in the necessity of regulation of products. The Oink Joint SWOT analysis. The strengths that I've seen with the customer reviews is the wide local range of marketing, which is being given because of the reputation it has within the Newnan, Georgia area. It has products that stand out in the market, and then one of them is making the fusion between the nachos and tacos with barbecue. And then lastly, for the strength is a beneficial deals for the specific market category, mainly the middle class. Having those sort of deals available to people to obtain the meals for a lower price and still being able to have enough satisfactory food to push them through to satisfy them is also a perfect way to go. Some weaknesses that the Oink Joint does have is that occasional poor food quality, poor regulation in food control, and regulating service. Those 3 points are very much known in the comments about these main 3 points. Opportunities that the Oink Joint can try to grasp onto and jump onto as much as they can is better time management and regulating food quality control. Those two were the main ones that people thought should probably change and should be better kept up with. And then the last thing is the threats. Some of these threats can be very threatening to the business and can be very much diminishing to the Oink Joint business as a whole. Low return on top quality food, low return on top quality service, regulation of time management standards. Those three are the main ones that have been known throughout customers of not exceeding to expectations. And that is something that is making customers not want to go back, or even better yet, recommending to other potential customers not to go to that specific location because of these variables. In conclusion, managing your restaurant revives an important reviews. Managing your restaurant reviews is important in order to obtain future growth and as a business. The process to continue over time and gain more compared to the competitor would have to be better connection to the community. I have enjoyed the moments today to speak with you. You can contact our company by phone 123-456-7890, by email westgeorgiaconsultants@gmail.com, or by our website westgeorgiaconsultants.com. Please also take time to go ahead and look through our Please take the time to look through our logo and our design and understand that these. Thank you. Please do not hesitate to reach out to myself or any of the other colleagues for more information. Thank you.